Hey, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a comparison between the Pelikan Pura P40 and the Lamy Studio. Got the idea of this comparison when I did the review of the Pura, because there's a couple times where I was thinking, man, this reminds me a lot of another pen. All right, so there are a lot of similarities between these pens, but there are some differences that may influence your decision between one or the other. The price on these pens, the Pura, I was able to find it on eBay for $99 plus shipping. And so that took it up to, I don't know, $110, maybe a little bit more. But elsewhere on your main online retailers, it's going to run you between $140 and $155. Now, you may be able to get it still just a little bit cheaper than that, but not much. The price on the Studio is $79. So right there you see a big difference in price. The materials of the pen are both metal and more probably aluminum, maybe brass plated, but I think they're aluminum. They kind of have a little thinner material there, so I'm going to go with aluminum. They both have some nice styling to them, I think. As I share with you in my review of the Pura, I did like its styling. The Lamy is a little cleaner. Now, sometimes you're going to have two different colors, I think, between the cap and the barrel, but it's, more straightforward, a little more subdued, if you will, than the Pura. Pura's got a little more of a, I don't know if you call it a racy style. I don't know if I'm saying that because of the stripe or not, but anyway, and so they both have lacquered bodies with some chrome appointments. The Pura obviously has a little bit more chrome. The clips are a little bit different. The Lamy's is I think a little more stylish. Now, you may not like this, paddle. It is a little kind of hard to get a hold of here, but it works. It still works easy on a shirt pocket. The Pura's clip has that rocker style. This is just a basic washer style clip, and then but the Pura has that rocker right up at the top, and it's got the Pelikan bill. Let's see. Like I said, the Pura does have a little more chrome. They both have chrome finials, Pura more on the cap, and then the Pura obviously has much more chrome on the body finial than the Lamy. They both have snap caps, and the difference is the Lamy is noticeably easier to get clipped on. They both post with a snap too, and again the Lamy is easier to get snapped on. So they're both very secure. And as far as size-wise, get that back in there. As far as size-wise, these pens are almost identical, both posted as well as unposted. So let's see. As far as uncapped, they're size-wise. The Pura is just a little bit shorter. Well, I guess it's noticeably shorter but maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 millimeters or so. Their nibs are pretty similar. They both just have the shape of the nibs are similar. Their feed, is kind of basically the same. Now, with the Pura, you see the hole right there, so you don't have to dip the grip into too far anyway into the ink to fill it, because it's got the hole right there, whereas the Lamy's is right here at the base. But if you're like me, you're probably going to dunk it anyway. The grip section, again, with the Pura being a little bit shorter, so is the grip section. They both have metal grip sections, and as you can see there, they are fingerprint magnets. Again, overall, all their configurements is the size differences are pretty much the same, and again, except for the uncapped, the Lamy is a little bit longer, which I don't know, both of them are easy for me to use unposted, but the Lamy is a little bit longer, so a little bit easier there. As far as the girth of the pens, the Lamy is 1 millimeter wider than the Pura, the Pelikan, and then the grip girth is in its middle part there. The Lamy is 11 millimeters, whereas the Pelikan is 10 millimeters. So you have that. Now, as far as weight-wise, the Pura is 34.5 grams, and the overall, and the Studio is 31 grams. The body of the Pura is 25.5 grams, whereas the Studio is 22 grams. So it's a little bit larger, but noticeably lighter. Now, I say noticeably, when you have them in your hand, if you're going back and forth, you can notice that the Lamy is lighter, but it isn't that bad. Okay, as far as filling mechanisms, they both take cartridges and converters. I can get this off, but as I shared in the review of the Pura, the only thing that I was able to, it comes with this cartridge, and it's supposed to be standard international, but it doesn't. I couldn't get standard international to fit in here, so you have that. So I guess you could say that that's proprietary, because you would have to use their own cartridge, and you might be able to. I think Pelikan does make a converter, so if you're going to do that, if you're going to try to get a converter, I buy the Pelikan. The Lamy is a proprietary cartridge, as you probably already know. I like the way Lamy's, the body comes apart from the grip section a little bit better. They're both, this is a metal on metal, and it takes longer to get to get off. The Lamy's is plastic on plastic, so the metal will obviously wear better. But if you take care, you're not going to have any problems with the Lamy. Alrighty, well, let's see. How about a writing sample to compare these two? All right, over here we have the Pelikan Pura P40. This is a medium The Pelikan comes in only 3 nib sizes: fine, medium, and broad. The ink I'm using is, my own. So we'll say Mike's Petrol. It's a combination of, I think, four parts diamine denim and 1 part diamine Sherwood green. And let's see. No hard starts, no skips. Smooth writer. As far as wetness, nice wet. As far as reverse writing, a little more feedback, but it gives you a probably fine to extra fine line there, and that keeps up pretty well. So you shouldn't have any problems there. As far as fast writing, I can't write fast, so I'm just going to scribble. And it keeps up. All right, so very nice. And then the Lamy Studio. This too is a medium. Now the Studio, it comes in on the steel, with their steel nibs, at least, extra fine, let's see, medium, and broad. So you get 1 more extra than what the Pura comes in. And then with the Studio, you have the option of having those these 4 sizes nib tips in a gold with their two-tone with their chrome, and then the little gold strip on their nib. And then they also make a black nib that you can get. Apparently all these 4 tip sizes again, but it's a black with a gold stripe on it. So you have 2 options of gold nibs, and then plus steel nibs. So a lot more nib options for the Lamy. And then again, like Petrol. Very smooth. Maybe just I was going to say a tad bit finer, but yeah, I think the flow, the flow looks a little bit different with the Pura. Let's see here. I would say the Pura is a little bit wetter. Okay, the Studio keeps up as well. The Studio is just a little bit drier than but it doesn't feel dry. But yeah, a little bit more ink flow on the Pura. The Lamy might be a tad bit smoother. I'm gonna try these again. Let's see. No, I don't know. That Pura is pretty smooth. And I think that has to do with the ink flow. Yeah, I'd say the Pura probably I mean, it's just a tad bit smoother than the Studio, but like I said, not by much. And again, because of the dryness, well, the ink flow is less, so it's going to be a little bit drier. So you're going to have a little, not quite as smooth, not buttery smooth, but very smooth anyway. All right, give you some closing thoughts on these two pens. All right, what are my takeaways after comparing these two pens, the Pelikan Pura P40 and the Lamy Studio? Well, first of all, there's the price. Again, if you're looking at the regular retailers, like Gold Spot, Goulet, maybe. Well, I didn't see the Studio on Pen Boutique the last time I checked. But anyway, on your online retailers, the Studio is $20 cheaper than what the Pura was off of eBay. Off of eBay, $99. Your regular online retailers, $79. So it's $20. And then the Pura on those regular online retailers where you can find them is anywhere from $140, $155. And you might be able to get, again, you might be able to get them a little bit cheaper, but it's still going to be a lot more than the Lamy. Do you get anything extra for that money? I don't think so. That doesn't mean that that the Pura is a bad pen at all. I do like its styling. It has a unique, somewhat unique type styling. The finish is very nice, and I like this chrome strip here. That's kind of cool. Lamy's a little more subdued, but it's still very stylish. I got the Black Forest version of this. Speaking of, the colors, then the finishes, again, the Lamy wins out there. It has at least 9 colors, if not more. You could probably find them more. The Pura, as far as I could find, it had 7 colors and a stainless steel version. So 8, if you want to say 8. So Lamy kind of edges out the Pura on that regard. Nib sizes, big win on the Lamy. And Lamy is known, a lot of people like Lamy because it's easy to swap out the nibs and you get a really good, pretty decent, I should say, variety of nib options. As far as I do like the Lamy's, the way their cartridges and converters fit in this pen. They're a lot more secure than what the Pelikan's cartridge, and I haven't tried their converter, but I know their cartridge. I mean, it's the only one that fits. Doesn't fit real snug. It kind of makes me feel like if I just dropped it a little bit, not even on the floor, that it might pop off. Pelikan makes some wonderful pens, and I do like this pen, but there's some issues like the converters and cartridges that they need to improve on. Let's see. Other than that, the snapping mechanism is a little bit smoother on the Studio than on the Pura. But other than that, they're both good writing pens. If you already have a Studio and you want something, some more variety, you can get this Pelikan. If you don't have any Pelikans in your collection, your inventory, then this one would be a good one to get. It's a good choice. But yeah, I think overall In other words, if I had to buy one or the other, I would definitely go with the Lamy Studio. And there you have it. I hope this comparison has been helpful to you. Here's a couple other videos. Check out, and you have a great day.